Hello and welcome to ButtonMasher Game Talk, episode 4. I am Taha, aka Munchkin-T. I'm here with Sam, aka Gobbo.
Hello.
And introducing the
improved
member of ButtonMasher and the ButtonMasher team is Jonny, aka SoapDuds.
Hello, and this is when John Cena's music cuts in. I start strutting my way down to the ring. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah, it's a pleasure having you, man.
Cheers,
Yeah, it's good having you.
Cheers.
Alright, so this is going to be, well, it's not necessarily a special, but seeing as it's kind of a slow news week, we're going to be talking mostly about the Nintendo Direct.
Woo!
Yeah.
Enthusiasm. Alright, so I
Love
can
it.
barely remember what exactly went down, so someone give me a reminder.
Fire Emblem.
Alright, well, okay, so yeah, it kicked off with new Fire Emblem.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. And what was it?
Well,
It's called-
I think it was just they announced a new Fire Emblem. There wasn't a proper title for it, but
No, yeah, they didn't have a title for it. I'm guessing it's going to be New Fire Emblem. Or was it like some other stuff like
Or
that?
Fire
It's-
Emblem. The new Fire Emblem for new 3DS. The new. Yeah, it should be good though. Have you seen like the most important part of all of it? They now have feet.
they now have
is that
feet.
right?
They now have feet.
Characters now have feet.
I do like how they showed off the gameplay rather than talking about saying a proper name. So it was almost like they're so excited to just tell us about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always
That's
loved that about Nintendo. You know, the kind of enthusiasm behind it.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
they love games, and you can tell that by the games that they come out with.
Yeah.
So yeah, what did you guys think of the What did you guys think of the the gameplay?
I think the gameplay looks pretty solid. I mean, it's the same as before, but it looks like I like the idea that it seems to be like an East versus West sort of thing,
Oh yeah.
where you got like samurais versus like medieval knights.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. The way the battle camera now instead of doing what it did before, where it just kind of went to like a random battlefield, and now actually kind of like zooms in on exactly where they are,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
fight there. That's really cool.
The presentation is a lot better. I'm thinking
Mhm.
from an art perspective, it is really. I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and then also
Yeah.
I want to know more things. Also, new ice magic. That's quite cool.
Ooh, ice magic.
That's quite cool. And also, there's someone has a rod that hits with fire magic. That's quite interesting. I want to know more.
Yeah.
But well, anyway, more importantly, I'm just really happy the Fire Emblem series is like still going strong, because there was because Awakening was supposed to be the last one in the series if it didn't sell well, and obviously
Oh no, it did
It's
really
so-
well. Yeah.
it's sold really well. So I'm just really happy to see my one of my favorite series carrying on strong.
Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna. When I was watching it, I was thinking, I'm feeling odd because having played Fire Emblem Awakening, and I'm so attached to the characters from Awakening, it's gonna feel weird playing a game where none of them are there. But I'm guessing that's an inherent thing about Fire Emblem games.
Yeah, there's not very many sequels in Fire Emblem
Yeah.
apart from the Ike trilogy. Was there 2 of them? I can't remember.
Oh, I
I know
didn't
there's
know.
at least 2 of them.
Hmm.
Ike's in at least 2 games because he's in both the ones on the Wii.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's cool. What are your thoughts, Johnny?
Well, like I said, I love the style of it. That is something that I absolutely love about it. I never really got a chance to play Fire Emblem Awakening aside from the demo, but I'm excited for it. And to go off on your point about like all the old characters not being there, they'll probably do what they did with Awakening and have all the DLC where you can play through like different time periods and like bring them back to yours. So I'd love to see like a samurai version of Ike.
Yeah,
or
man.
Roy.
I completely
Oh, that'd be
agree.
pretty sweet.
I completely agree. I'm thinking they should bring back some of the old ones, like not in terms of like the whole cast, but some iconic ones like Ike or Marth. Bring back Crom. That would be cool to just have like
Mhm.
as an extra little thing.
Yeah, you'd probably be able to use your amiibos with them.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Because you got like the main 4, you just put your amiibos on, you'd probably be able to get Marth, or because they're all part of the Smash Bros series, just bring them into your game.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be quite cool.
Speaking
The
of,
one
Pretty
thing-
delicious.
I just got my Ike amiibo, and
Oh, dope.
dude, it just looks like I don't know what it is about models, but the face is always terrible.
Yeah, Marth is the same. I make sure that Marth is at a distance, or his face
Yeah.
is at an angle that I can't see it, because otherwise he just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, man. They just look so dopey. And the worst part, right, is if you keep them in the box and you have their faces on, like, the artwork is on the box. So you got the proper looking face, right, just, right, zoomed in on top of this dopey looking, this dopey looking clone.
Luckily, Captain Falcon doesn't have the problem. I think it's either in the eyes or the fact that hair is just really oddly done.
I think it's mostly the eyes. Like, I don't think characters like Pikachu or Mega Man are going to have much of a problem. Because they're more
it's just
cartoony.
all the human ones.
Yeah.
But quickly going back to the Fire Emblem trailer, did you guys... Was I the only person who saw it and thought, oh, shit, it's like Shinigami X Tensei again? Shinigami Tensei X Fire Emblem. Because I saw, like, Japanese versus Western, and I was like, oh, yeah, cool.
Actually, no,
That's
you know
back
what?
that's back from the dead. And then I was like, oh, wait, no, don't worry.
Yeah.
Guess not. Looks like it's still dead and is never going to be talked of again. It's like, oh, what's that Sony game that always just gets delayed and they never want to talk about it? It's by the people who made Shadows of the Colossus.
Oh, yeah. Bloody, what was that? I can't even remember now.
The Last Guardian.
Yeah,
the
that's
Last
it.
Guardian.
The problem is that
Yeah,
like, we
it's
look
the
back
Last
at
Guardian
we look
Nintendo.
back at those vids of the Last Guardian, and it looks so good. But like, even for today's standards, considering how long ago it came out, well, the trailer that is, it looked so good, and it still looks good.
Yeah.
And we still want this game, but there's nothing of it. There's no news.
Yeah, it was pretty.
At least with that one, it's still in the ether. It's still out there. Whereas, like, if we got told, no, we're not doing it anymore, we just kind of like hedged our bets, we're gonna pull the plug, then I think it truly would hurt many people's souls.
Yeah.
I know. I think it's the same as Half-Life 3. Like, we know it's happening, but they won't say anything, and you're just like, why wouldn't you tell me?
Yeah, that's
Just
probably
when there's
horrible.
something. Just
It's kind of like back a ways when Final Fantasy 15 it was rumored to have been cancelled, and the rumor also came with the idea that the company was just trying to not talk about it, so just so that it dies down and that we all forget about it. And when we all heard that, we were like, oh god, that's horrible, that's so bad. But thankfully, that's not the case.
I don't know. I'm pretty much done with the Final Fantasy series at this point. Why do they make 3 games based around lightning?
No, yeah.
Okay, I have 2 cents on the Final Fantasy series. Like, with the news and me actually seeing the gameplay of 15, this is the final. Like, this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back for me, because I luckily boycotted all of the Final Fantasy 13 games.
Yeah,
I was
lucky
just
you.
like, no way, I refuse to be a part of these shenanigans. And
It's a good word.
yeah, because I grabbed Final Fantasy 12, played it. I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do, Square. But then they just went off on one, and I'm scared. I really feel like the company is starting to hemorrhage internally, and this is it. This is their final thing. If they don't manage to get all the people who supported them back in the day to come back, that's it. This will be the Final Fantasy, right? Because that's why they named it in the first place. When they made the first one, they were like, okay, this is the only thing we're gonna do. But now we're at the 15 now. I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta hand it to them. At least they're consistent.
I don't know. I'm thinking I don't see this one flopping, to be honest. Considering, like, from what I'm seeing, it just plays like Kingdom Hearts, and people like Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
So if it fights
Yeah,
like if it's got the same fighting system without but with the kind of mood of Final Fantasy games, then I think I'm on board for that.
I don't know. I'm more of like an old school turn-based kind of
Yeah,
guy,
fair
so
enough.
This doesn't really appeal to me.
Some people prefer the old system or the turn-based system. Me personally, I've never really liked that, but that's just one person's opinion.
I when it comes to kind of JRPG, I will try anything that works.
Yeah.
So things like Star Ocean, that's got a kind of, it's kind of got the same feel as like Final Fantasy Crisis Core, of like you can freely move around, but you choose the actions that you do. At the same time, I absolutely love turn-based things like I can't remember if this has turn-based, but Lost Odyssey, I believe has turn-based.
Yeah, that does. That's awesome. I love that game.
I mean, like, there's just something about JRPGs of it's the idea of a band of friends getting together using the power of friendship to defeat God. Like, I think it's the best explanation I've ever heard of what JRPGs should be.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. But yeah, anyway, back to the Nintendo Direct after that amazing tangent.
Yeah. Right, yeah. So what else did they talk about? We kind of went off after Fire Emblem.
After Fire Emblem, they talked about 2 puzzle games they're bringing out.
Oh, yeah.
We have Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario Brothers Edition, which is basically Bejeweled with RPG elements.
It looks cool, but me personally, I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, it looks alright, but I'm not gonna, nah.
I'm just looking at it thinking, okay, so I could get this on my mobile phone.
Yeah.
I guess,
And in fact,
it looks like a mobile game.
Speaking of mobile games, the next one they announced is Pokemon Shuffle, which is Pokemon Bejeweled. And not only that, they made a point of when you play it, after a while you have to wait until you can play it again.
It literally is Bejeweled. Like, there's not even like a little bit of like, distinction. It's not like, oh, it's Bejeweled with RPG elements. No, it's Bejeweled.
No, but no, I wouldn't say that, because they did. I think it's something like you're fighting. Like, let's say you're fighting something. If you connect all the fire gems or whatever, and then it'll release a fire move, and then you have to pick the right ones to the weaknesses. You know how Pokemon works.
I know, but it's just the same. It's just a puzzle.
It's just I guess
just
it's
because
just a puzzle.
just because you have to work on the weaknesses, that doesn't make the difference. It's just a puzzle.
Well, to be honest,
Todd, don't try and defend this.
No, but it's not. Everything's worth defending at one point, but the thing is, like, people do play these games. Like, people have played this series before. I think they're huge in Japan.
Yeah, I can't really complain. Like, I'm probably not going to play it, but at the same time, I can't really blame Nintendo for trying to tap into that market, because it's just, there's a lot of money there.
But yeah, I guess it's probably not for us, maybe, but maybe it is for someone else, and that's what gaming's all about, you know. So it's just everything's subjective, I guess, at the end of the day. All right, so next one.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse.
Oh, that has looked good for a while.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just me being odd. I'm just not a fan of the art style.
I know, man. I love that. It's because everything looks like it's clay made, but like clay made by a child. If you get what I mean.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. Like, I just think, I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of disinterested in wacky art styles. Like, I don't like the Kirby one. I'm not particularly a fan of the Woolly World art style. You know, it's just. Actually, no, I'll take that back. Woolly World's got kind of a cool thing.
I mean, when it comes to art styles, I think I'll appreciate a new art style, but I can't get behind it, only because I don't feel like it's the best use of time.
I feel like it's just not for you, basically.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan. Like, the gameplay is fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, Taha.
I like to fight against anything that doesn't appeal to my agenda.
Yeah, I personally think, because I've never really been a big fan of Kirby games. I don't think I've ever properly played one. I think I played one back on the DS, but
I play quite a few Kirby games, but like, a big fan of Amazing Mirror and Nightmare in Dreamland.
Yeah, I think I played that one. And yeah, but, they seem pretty fun, but I think you need to probably get into them.
Yeah, like, the problem I have with Kirby games are just too easy.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kirby games are just really, really easy. Because they're designed, like, the whole idea of them is, like, if you just play through them and you're just trying to get from the beginning to the end, it will be quite easy. but then trying to get like all the gems and 100% it and like get all the treasure, that's when it starts getting difficult.
Yeah.
But the problem I have is I really don't really care about collectibles at all, so I just kind of blast through the game, complete the story, and I'm like, okay, well that was really easy.
Oh yeah,
I won't really touch it again.
I get you. I'm like that with some games, but some games force me to just get everything. Like right now, I just bought kind of late, but I just bought Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U, and it's just got me just trying to get everything. I don't know how, but it's used to do it.
Oh, I did that because
I think when it comes to Super Mario games that call back to the old, I can tell you why, because I'm doing the exact same thing in 3D Land for 3DS. It's because it has the same style as Super Mario World for Super Nintendo, where you'll find secret paths to unlock new levels.
Yeah, exactly.
When you've done all the levels, you get a whole new set of levels.
Yeah,
and it just goes on and on, gets harder and harder, and you just want to beat it because it's just so. It's fundamentally so good.
Yeah, exactly. That's it's got a formula that just works. You know, it's just fun. It's it's just that kind of old school gaming that maybe we don't really see too much of anymore. Like in terms of all these AAA games, although some do succeed in that whole going off on a tangent, trying to get everything. Like Assassin's Creed Black Flag, that got me trying to get everything. But
I did that for a little bit, then I was like, oh, now I'm really bored.
Yeah,
of shit.
but like stuff. Well, in contrast, a game like Uncharted, I don't feel like I want to get all the little artifacts. Although I love the game, I don't feel like I want to go off on any tangents.
Yeah,
I think because it's the incentive that from Assassin's Creed 2 onwards, it's the incentive of doing like certain things will get you even more and cooler stuff. I mean, like the reason why I'll get all the like insignias.
Yeah.
Just so I could get Altair's armor.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You do all that just so you get it. And I think that's the best way to do. And Uncharted doesn't do that. When all the collectibles, they just don't do anything.
They don't do anything, exactly.
Yeah, they just give you an achievement, and nobody really does achievements anymore. They want content. They want
exactly.
stuff that they can unlock and have fun with.
Even if it's like stupid things like really rubbish, like cheat codes, like big head mode or stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's just something to just that incentivize you. So like, oh yeah, that'll give me this.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever.
I guess that's just the kind of, it's a game within a game, and and considering what a game is you going through all these obstacles to get to the goal, and there needs to be a goal. If there's no goal, then you don't care anymore. So that's kind of what it is. It's like if you're collecting all this stuff, but it doesn't lead up to anything, then I guess you end up stop caring. But if it does lead to something that you legitimately want in the game, kind of like in Zelda, I think Ego Raptor said it before, is the Master Sword. Is that you really want that Master Sword, so you try and get pretty much everything so you can get the Master Sword. You know, it's just stuff like that. It's just really, it's kind of what makes a game really immersive. You know.
Definitely. I mean, I want this to come back in a huge way.
Yeah.
But I love one particular bit of content that I think should be included in more games is just alternate costumes.
Yeah.
No matter how stupid they are, and sometimes you actually want them to be as goofy as possible. Alternate costumes are just, I don't know what it is about them, but they really make a game for me. I mean, I think it's one of the, I would say is a huge pro when you're playing things like Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, you've only got like 5 or 4 different costumes for Dante and Virgil, but they're just so different, and they even play differently, and you feel different when you're playing those different costumes. You know, it just adds a little bit more.
Yeah, it adds a little bit to the mood. I get what you mean. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so enough of this going off on a tangent. Let's go to the main point again. What's next on the direct list?
Right, we had the announcement of Season 2 of Amiibo.
Season 2 Amiibo.
Wow, the Mario Party Amiibos.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
and that led on to the Mario Party 10.
I think this is gonna get out of hand, and I said it before. You know, this is gonna be a thing where people are spending an insane amount of money on these little figurines, and it's almost like it feels like Pokemon in the sense that you gotta catch them all.
Oh, mate. Oh my god. Oh, they're gonna do it, you know. They're gonna do Amiibo for Pokemon.
What, like
They will.
every
They will, and
single
they'll sell.
Pokemon.
Oh god.
You have to pay 10 quid a pop just for every.
Oh, jeez.
Was it like 700 Pokemon now?
Yeah, you know, oh my god, you know how much money they'll
This is how they're bringing themselves back from the dead.
It's like, dude, guys, we're in trouble. We need to make Amiibo for everything.
Oh, I tell you what though. If they introduced this, I think it would go over really well in the like Pokemon tourney aspect.
Yeah.
Because you could just bring your 6 figures with you and then just be like, "Yo, what's up?" and just have them on your belt. I mean, for some reason, I'm getting flashbacks of in in Yu-Gi-Oh when they had those like dueling gauntlet things. Where they had like like you could have something like that for your Amiibo. Just be like, "Blow!"
Yeah, pretty much, exactly.
You just slam them all on the table.
At what point are we gonna be playing
Oh my
chess
god,
with them?
why don't
That's
they
how
do
many
that?
we're
That'd
gonna
be
have.
amazing.
I
Because
think that
basically, if they get like bring out like kind of like a Pokemon battle like arena thing that can read Amiibos, and then have it so you can like just basically they program the battle system from Pokemon into these things, and then you can get like imagine like in schools people bring their Amiibos in with all their Pokemon,
Yeah.
then like just
that'd
fight
be
out
fantastic.
in like your schoolyard. That'd be amazing.
That'd be insane. Dude,
Oh
are
my
you
God.
crazy? It's like...
They need another Pokemon Stadium game. That's what they need.
They do. They really do.
You just imagine, right? Like a little kid just coming into school and like his bag falls off and then it just opens up and just a ton of Amiibos just come pouring out. Good bloody hell.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's some wallets are gonna be hurt by this Amiibo business.
I think
Oh, jeez.
one of the ButtonMasher's wallets have already been hurt.
Yeah.
by this.
Yeah, Alex isn't here because he's on vacation, but he's
Somehow
he's able to get like pretty much all of the Amiibos. I think the Smash Bros one, the ones that have been out, but bloody hell, man.
Every single one.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But I feel like it's his fiance that's got it for him. So
Oh no, he's got
God
it's like
damn.
half. It's just excessive. It's so excessive.
I wish I had someone to buy me Amiibos.
I'll buy you Amiibos.
Oh, thanks,
Oh,
bro.
that was so good.
But yeah.
I'm gonna cry. Alright.
Alright, so I guess beyond Amiibos, was there anything else?
There was the Mario Party thing, which there was
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah.
I'm not too interested. I don't like the car mechanic. I just want to be able to go around a board in my own way, as opposed to having to like bundle around with everyone at the same time. It just seems just odd to me. Maybe if I play it, I'll understand it more, but I just don't quite get it at the moment.
I've never really been into Mario Party, mainly because I've never played it with a large group of people. I think it needs that, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think playing Mario Party single player is just one of the that's just depressing.
Yeah.
That's sad, you know.
It's just,
Like,
that's just lonely.
You just there go around the board and say, "Oh no, I lost 3 coins." Oh god! Now even the computers are against me.
It's like, imagine you win and then you just look around. Hey guys, did you see that digit? Oh, it's just me. Alright. Okay, yeah. So what else? Or is that it? Because I remember watching the direct, thinking,
Oh no, there's a ton more stuff.
was there? Because I remember
Yeah, I've got
being
it.
so bored.
Oh no, I've got it all here. I mean, it might
You
get a
got
little
the-
bit boring from this point onwards.
New 3DS release
Okay.
dates. That's pretty cool.
Huh?
Well, wait, you just go through the order you've got it. I just
Right.
added something else.
Yeah.
but we'll go
I'll
through
just
the order.
read what we've got down here. So we've got some Splatoon news about there being
Oh, yeah,
like
that
a kind
was
of
awesome.
Splatoon Plaza thing.
Yeah.
That was cool, but it wasn't like wow. It was just like okay, that's kind of cool. It wasn't really showing anything new off. It was just kind of just showing what is basically a glorified menu off.
Well, not necessarily. It was. I think it was like kind of an announcement of a single player, like a proper single player.
No, they announced that before.
Oh, did they? Because I remember
Yeah.
thinking if Splatoon was just, if it was just going to be multiplayer, then that's just
No,
lame.
they've already announced a single player.
I remember when they announced Splatoon first time, and we all thought that it was just going to be an eShop title that you download and play with your mates. But now it's just not that.
I thought it was going to be free to play. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a free to play title, which was going to have like a Team Fortress 2 esque system to it, where you can buy more like equipment and you can buy like new hats and t-shirts and stuff, and then buy new weapons and stuff. But no, apparently it's full title.
To be honest, me personally, I'm not really that into it, having seen from what I've seen, because for one, I don't really like shooters all that much. But although this tries to break the trend of like gritty, desaturated shooters into something much more colourful.
I like the whole idea of it's more like it's not about your kill count. It's just basically like king of the hill all the time.
Yeah, you just gotta paint everything. Yeah.
Like, because it just means anyone can play it, but just certain people will be more deadly than others. But at the end of the day, you don't have to be deadly.
Yeah, exactly.
But what I do like, going back to the free to play thing, I think they really missed out on an opportunity there. Because the one thing I'm worried about this is it's just losing its player base.
Yeah.
Because what if not many people buy into it in the first place, then there's already going to be a small player base, because the Wii U's player base is quite small.
Yeah. Well, it's small. It's small compared to the others because of what gaming has become now. It's become this big mainstream thing where so many people are playing it, but they're not playing. They're not playing like the Nintendo stuff, even though the Nintendo stuff has always been around. He's always had a decent amount of followers, but now that it's a competition between the others, it's a bit of a problem.
Okay, we'll just we're running out of time, so we'll just quickly just kind of like what we got left.
All right, yeah, I'll blaze through what else. So we got some DLC coming for Hyrule Warriors. Anyone out there? You know.
Looks pretty cool. I don't like Tingle. Young Link looks pretty cool, but I think they could have found a cooler.
I think Tingle looks pretty funny. Although
he looks fun, but I don't like him. It just annoys me.
Fair enough.
We got some Xenoblade Chronicles X news. I think they were just showing off, like, hey, we got Xenoblade coming.
Yeah, that was pretty much what it was. It was just basically a big glorified trainer. Like, look how big the world is. You can jump off cliffs. You can climb on vines. Woo.
It looks
It looks really good. I'm really excited for that game, but I've said that before, so it's hardly exactly news.
Yeah.
It's just a nice flashy new trailer.
I think it looks okay, but I don't think I'll be getting it like on release date. It'll probably wait.
Day one for me.
Yeah, I'll probably wait a long time before actually getting it. But yeah, alright. Next.
We have Mario versus Donkey Kong Tipping Stars.
I've never cared about Mario versus Donkey Kong games.
I didn't care about it at all, and then they said that if you bought it on your Wii, you got it on your 3DS, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Oh, they doing cross-buy?
Yeah, so if you buy it on the Wii, you get it on the 3DS, and I was like, actually, that's pretty neat. I might have to buy that now. Yeah, before I wasn't interested. That's cool enough to get me interested.
If anyone needs cross-buy, it's Nintendo, considering like how expensive their stuff is and how long it stays expensive for.
Mm-hmm.
So cross-buying for Nintendo is bloody brilliant.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Project Treasure. Holy crap. That was the best. Like, the bit for Project Treasure got me so hyped. Just of how they repeated the things he was saying. in the best way possible. Free to play, 4-player co-op. I don't know what's going on.
I was just like, oh, that's pretty neat, but I don't know.
I want to see. They didn't show much of it, did they?
No, they didn't. I don't think they showed anything. They just showed like a work in progress.
Yeah, I don't get bought off so easy. They need to show me something before I can get hyped.
Show me some gameplay and then I'll get hyped.
Yeah.
But free to play is always good. I mean,
free to play is always
a new
good.
free game. I can't complain about
that. We had a bunch of indie games coming. A lot of smaller titles. I think the biggest one for me was something called, I think it was Etrian Mystery Dungeon, which was kind of like...
Oh yeah, it was pretty much Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, but...
Yeah. But with like RPG, like just normal RPG style.
Yeah, exactly. Looks okay, but if I want a Mystery Dungeon game, I'll just get the Pokemon ones, and I don't think they're all that great either.
I don't really remember much about the indie thing, so I can't really...
Fair enough.
And then the last thing, I put this down as a little side point. Reggie's lapel button of like an 8-bit Super Mario, I thought was fantastic.
You know what? I get happy every time Reggie is on screen. I don't know what it is, man. He just seems so cuddly and nice. It's like a big teddy bear.
Careful, man.
finally they revealed the new 3DS.
Oh yeah, well yeah, we kind of already knew about it, so I was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, stuff we already know about.
I kind of feel bad for America because they only get the XL. They don't get the normal one.
To be honest, I can't. And I thought maybe if I was to get it, even though I don't really have any plans to get it. If I was to get it, I wouldn't get the small one because the main appeal of the small one is that you can change the cover, right?
Yep.
But you have to buy more covers, so it's just more money.
I want to buy the Smash Bros cover.
Yeah, I guess yeah. But for some people they might want that, but me personally, I don't see the sense in just constantly buying new covers and just more and more of them. I'd rather just get the XL.
If the XL had the faceplates, it wouldn't even be a question. Like it'd be XL every day.
Exactly. Yeah.
But because the normal one has the faceplates, it's kind of like, oh, that's interesting. But at the end of the day, I can't be bothered to like.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather just have the big screen.
It's on purpose, to be
faceplates.
honest. Yeah, it's on purpose that the bigger one doesn't have it because it gives people a reason to get the smaller one.
Yeah. Got the Amiibo support. Whoa.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was so tempted to buy it, seeing the bundles for Majora's Mask. I was so tempted, man.
As well, but that's probably sold out by now.
Yeah, unfortunately. Quick note though, before we finish up. What do you guys think of Club Nintendo shutting down?
Tragic. Actually, no, I couldn't give a rat's ass about Club Nintendo. I mean, like the only thing that you got from registering all the stuff that you bought was stars to buy like a Yoshi lanyard.
Oh god, no, it was just stuff like bottle openers. I don't know. It's just the thing is, right, when I heard it, I was thinking I've got a crazy amount of Nintendo games that I haven't registered. Maybe if I put them all, I can get something really cool. Then I just went and looked at the list of the stuff that I can get, and it's all terrible. It's like it's not worth the effort.
Some stuff's alright, but like. I'm going to say, I'm not happy it's closing down, but I'm excited. They said they're going to replace it with something new. I'm excited to see what that is. I'm hoping it's more like the American one, because the American Club Nintendo, you get coins for registering your game, and then you can spend those coins on virtual console titles, which is awesome.
Oh, that's much better.
Sounds amazing.
That's much better.
So you can get you get all your old games on it. So you can get like Kirby's Dream Land and stuff like that on your Wii U just for registering games. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I want that. I don't want this this tat. Like the only thing that was good about it was you could trade your star points for eShop points, but that's only on the Wii eShop, not on the Wii U one or the 3DS one.
Yeah, that's kind of pointless now.
It's
been made redundant.
Yeah, I just bought My Life as a King, and I was like, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. Anyway,
just so like everyone knows, anyone in the UK, use your stars before the 30th of September. That's when they stop. That's when they expire. So if you do actually have a lot of stars, go ahead and use them right now.
Yeah. Speaking of expirations, I remember because they just ended a promotional thing where if you register your 3DS and a game, you get a free game out of this list of games, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was eyeing it, thinking because I've pretty much got all of those games except Kirby. The Kirby's I think is it Science Deluxe. Yeah, and I was looking at it thinking, I kind of want this, but maybe they'll do something later on that's better than this. Because I don't want it that much. But I'm thinking maybe I should save my codes for later on. But now hearing that Club Nintendo's shutting down, I'm just thinking, bloody, I should have got it. I should have just got it. Such a waste. But yeah, if hopefully hold on, if they do change it to a new one, do you reckon we can still use these codes? I
doubt it.
Bloody hell.
Because they're not issuing those codes anymore starting from like a month. For like when the new 3DS comes out, there's no codes with the new 3DS to register it.
Damn.
And there's like other stuff as well. Like from that point onwards, basically they're not going to be issuing codes with the boxes anymore. And I think you have until the end of March. I'm not sure on the date exactly to register any codes that you do have before they stop taking registrations altogether.
Okay. Just to go on there, April 1st. That's when they stop taking the codes and like the registration stuff on like games.
I think I'm gonna have to do that Mewtwo promotion then, the download for Smash Bros.
Wait, what?
Well, yeah. Well, if I can borrow the Wii U version off a mate of mine who hasn't used it, he doesn't really care. But then I can register my 3DS one, do that real quick, and then just get the Mewtwo for my 3DS.
Why didn't you do this before?
Well, I couldn't. I need to get his permission.
Well, why didn't you do this before? Because you could have got the soundtrack if you did it like 2 weeks ago.
I don't care about the soundtrack, dude.
You.
I could go on YouTube.
Put a beep there. But god damn, man.
I could go on YouTube and just type in Smash Bros soundtrack.
Yeah, but it doesn't look nice.
I guess it.
Discs. You can't play it in your car on the way to work.
I don't have a car. I don't even have a job. What's wrong with you? Oh dear. But yeah, I guess yeah. But anyways, this has been a nice podcast, I think.
Oh yeah, it's been a blast.
Yeah, and it's been a nice first podcast for Johnny. So.
Oh yeah, it's been emotional.
Yeah, it's been fun. All right, so I guess that concludes our podcast for today. Thanks for listening, guys. And all right, how are we gonna sign us out? Because our outros are always kind of fun.
Wait, let's see if Johnny's got one. What have you got up your sleeve, Johnny, for an outro?
Oh damn, the choices are endless right now.
To be for the TV and film one, Andrew just goes yeah, and then we end it. With our ones, we just kind of end it abruptly. We just make a weird sound and then just sign out.
Some of y'all need to open up your mouths.